Putting on makeup, getting your nails done, doing your hair undoubtedly make us feel good, but they don't give us a true glow up. That's why I see people doing these glow up videos every few months. You only need one glow up, an ongoing one from your inner self that will transform you to a better version of yourself. Number 1, embrace and accept who you are. Self-love is crucial in this process, but accepting who you truly are could be a great start for that. If you're constantly being self-critical and picking all the little flaws that you have, you can't truly be happy with yourself. We all make mistakes, we all have imperfections because we're human beings. We can try to improve ourselves, but we also need to accept and live within limitations that we don't have control on. There is not a single reason for you to pretend to be someone else. It's completely normal that we don't display every aspect of ourselves when we first met someone. But some people lost themselves trying to get social acceptance, acting in a way that's not how they truly are, or doing activities that they don't particularly enjoy in order to get validation. But at the end of the day, your own values, your opinions, and you as a person are what matter. Individuality is what makes you unique from other 7.8 billion people on this planet. Number 2, find your own style. I think it's really important to find your own style that expresses yourself and you feel the most comfortable and confident in. This is a long process and it took me a while to finally figure out how I like to dress, just a month ago to be specific. And I'm still figuring out a go-to makeup look. It's a long journey, but it's a fun one, I would say. Looking back at all the looks and style you have tried is pretty interesting. And you don't necessarily need to spend a lot of money. You can simply go to a clothing store, try on different clothes, and see what suits you. And I remember the first ever branded makeup palette I bought was from Makeup Revolutions that cost me $5 and I was using that for like a year. Also remember, you don't have to follow trends or stick to one aesthetic. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that, but you should be able to express yourself however you want. If you're not feeling yourself, your energy will be off and it's gonna show. Number 3, make yourself a priority. It's incredible when you can compromise and do nice things for people you care about, but your own happiness is just as important. It's okay to say no to a movie if it's not appealing to you. It's okay to say no to meeting a friend when you have an essay to finish or when you simply want to take a break. You shouldn't live your life to please others. Rejecting others doesn't make you a bad person. It's actually really empowering. Sometimes you may hold hatred against someone subconsciously because you've been doing all these things that you don't want to. Not only is it unhealthy to your relationship with them, it's also detrimental to your mental health. If someone gets mad at you for rejecting them, then chances are they don't care about you, and you may want to reconsider your relationships with them. That also brings me to my next point. Stop chasing people. Knowing your value is so important. I'm speaking from my experience. I've spent efforts and time chasing someone who didn't want me. It's hard to let go of people, especially someone you have spent years with. But trust me, you'll be much better off letting them go. Chasing someone is energy draining. It takes away your happiness and self-worth. If someone wants to be in your life, they won't let you chase them and feel that way in the first place. You know they're hurting you, but you have the power to walk away from the situation. That's when you can finally grow and bloom as an individual. Number 5, live in the moment, aka stop focusing on social media. I just recently realized how much social media ruined our mental health. Living in this digital age, sometimes, or a lot of the time, we care more about how we present our life on social media rather than actually living our life. We forget to enjoy and appreciate the simple thing in our life, and I was guilty of that. I'm not asking you to delete your social media, but you don't need to showcase every aspect of your life. Let's be real, I don't care about what my best friend eats for every single meal. When you learn to put your phone aside and put your energy to engage in conversations, enjoy the nature and moments, I promise you'll be so much happier. This is one of the simplest things you can do, yet it's really powerful. Number 6, never stop learning. Learning isn't just about taking classes or picking up a book. There are so many different ways you can learn. Traveling is a form of learning because you get to learn others' cultures and lifestyle through experience. Obviously, we can't really travel with this pandemic going on, I personally like watching videos for learning. I love watching videos to learn about different perspectives on different topics, mental illness, psychology, issues in society and life. I find these videos really helpful in educating myself about things I don't see or hear about. It provokes a lot of thinking and it makes me more open-minded. I'm also learning French at the moment. Learning helps us grow and opens our mind to endless possibility. Number 7, look for the positive. I remember learning my psychology class that optimism can lower your stress level and protects you from the negative effects of stress, which includes dry skin, breakout, and our mood obviously. Besides that, when you have a positive mindset, you're more likely to put in more efforts to align with your positive belief, which means you are more likely to perform well in a task. I'm just going to use myself as an example. I used to think learning French is so difficult, which it is difficult but attainable. I put learning French aside for 6 months because I thought I could never be able to understand and communicate in French. But I watched some videos of French learners and polyglots, which made me realize learning a new language on your own is possible. So now I spend 1 to 2 hours on that and I definitely see some improvement in my French. If you're asking, how can I be positive when my life is so miserable? Yes, you can, because it's all about your mindset and attitude. My life isn't the best either, but I'm just trying to look for the goods. There must be something you're grateful for. The small little things count. Focus on what you have instead of what you don't have. And stop saying I don't own this cushy bag. Try saying I'm grateful for this bag that I owned for years. Number 8, surround yourself with good people. The 5 people you surround yourself the most with have a huge impact on you, so you may want to distance yourself from toxic people. Spending time with toxic people makes you absorb the negativity from them and behave more like them, even without you noticing. I always value quality over quantity when it comes to friendship. It's better to surround yourself with a few lovely and amazing people than a lot of acquaintances that don't care about you or even put you down. They can really affect your self-esteem, especially when you're at a vulnerable state. On the flip side, spending time with positive people lights you up and pushes you to be a better person. Number 9, make some changes to your bad habits. We all have some bad habits, so do I. I sleep really late, I don't move enough. I'm aware of that and I do believe it's better for me to make some changes. Sometimes we're bothered by our own habits and question ourselves, why are you like that? But we just chose to live with it. If there are some habits that you want to make a change, then just do it. Making change to a habit isn't easy and it takes time. So be patient. I'm still working on mine, but if you are dedicated to make a change, then you can do it. Just make small, little steps day by day and you'll be proud to see your progress. Number 10, work hard towards your goals. This may sound exaggerated, but once you found something that gives you that fulfillment in life, you realize the small things that used to bother you don't really matter anymore. Even if you haven't figured out your long-term goals or life goals yet, you can always set some short-term goals for yourself, like including vegetables in every meal or finishing your projects by the end of the week. This provides something for you to focus on and guides you to organize your time and resources to be more efficient and avoid procrastination. Number 11, practice mindfulness. Sometimes we react in a way that we didn't intend to, but we don't really understand why. No one is perfect, and I believe we can always make some changes for ourselves for the good. Being self-aware is the first step to self-improvement. By practicing mindfulness, you can pay attention to your thoughts. You can simply sit down for 5 minutes and do some thinking. Think about the patterns of your behaviors and reactions. You can also journal and write down every thought that you have. There are so many other ways to practice mindfulness. The goal is to be present and listen to our mind, and to understand ourselves better without being overwhelmed by everything that we're coping with. It's also better regulate our emotions and reduce our stress level. Number 12, take good care of yourself. The food you consume, your sleeping pattern, your exercise habits not only affect your health, but they also have an impact on your mind and physical appearance. So if you want to glow from the inside out, you have to take care of your body. No matter how much coffee you have, it won't compensate what insufficient sleep does to your body, your mental state, and your skin. Sometimes we're drowning in work and study that we forgot to slow down and relax ourselves. We all need a break to recharge. It's good to spend some me time or a self-care day. Drinking a glass of wine and a bubble bath doesn't sound bad, right? Having a hobby is also important. It relieves our stress and gives us pure joy and pleasure, so that we can have that mental energy to continue on our work and be productive. That's why we emphasize so much on work-life balance. These are something I'm trying to incorporate in my daily life, so I'm in this together with every one of you. I love talking about personal development, life, share my journey, and any topics around the society that I find interesting. So subscribe if you'll be interested in that. I will greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I will see you in my next one.